Good morning, students. How are you all? I hope you all are fine. Okay, students. Last class we have seen exercise 2.4, 4 and 5. Today we are going to see 6th and 7th problem. I am going to explain 6th problem. Find the least value of the positive integer n for which root 3 plus I the whole power n. Real, purely imaginary. See, in the previous problem, some values are given and from that we find some other values. But here, this is entirely different problem. There is no connection between previous problem and this problem. This is entirely different and we are going to use new concept. In this problem, we are going to use new concept. You will learn this concept in exercise 2.7. So listen carefully. Seventh problem is based on this problem. So listen carefully and do seventh problem as the homework like sixth problem. Okay. First, find the least value of the positive integer n. So we are going to find n value. What is given? Root 3 plus I the whole power n. Okay. When this complex number is real, when this complex number is purely imaginary. For what value of n this is real? For what value of n this complex number is purely imaginary. Okay, we are going to find. First, so let us take the given complex number root 3 plus I is z. Let z equal to root 3 plus I. See, first step we have to write polar form. See, already I have told you are going to learn this concept in 2.7 exercise. So just giving the introduction, polar form. The polar form is r cos theta plus I sin theta. What is polar form? R cos theta plus I sin theta. It's shortly we have written as r cis theta. C for cos and I as for sin theta. Okay, r cos theta plus or I r sin theta. Okay, this is polar form. Next, what is r means? R is the modulus of a complex number. R is the modulus of a complex number. And theta is the argument or amplitude of the complex number. First, we have to write polar form. Next, we have to find r value. Then we have to find theta. After finding r and theta, we have to substitute here. Okay. Now, I am going to find r value. How can we find r means? R is nothing but modulus of a complex number. Modulus of a complex number formula is general formula root of x square plus y square. Suppose one complex number x plus iy means real part square plus imaginary part square. What is imaginary? Here y, so y square. So always plus only come here. There is no minus. X square plus y square. Suppose here minus means what will you do? Open bracket minus y the whole square. Don't put minus here. Okay. Root of x square plus y square. Okay. Then r equal to what complex number is given here? Root 3 plus I. So real part root 3. So real root 3 square plus imaginary part I. Here 1. So 1 is square. So root 3 square plus 1 square. Root 3 square 3. 1 square 1. So root 4 value 2. Okay. So now we found r value. Then we have to find theta. Theta formula is tan inverse of y by x. Argument theta is equal to formula is tan inverse of y by x. So now you substitute here. This is cx, this is y. So tan inverse of yx means what is y? 1. What is x? Root 3. So tan inverse of 1 by root 3. Now theta equal to what value of tan gives 1 by root 3? Do you know trigonometric table? Just to recall, what values of tan give 1 by root 3? Tan pi by 6. Yes, tan pi by 6 is equal to 1 by root 3. So now the tan inverse and tan cancel or the formula is there in 11th standard. Theta is equal to pi by 6. So argument theta equal to pi by 6 and modulus equal to 2. Now you substitute this 2 value here. So r value 2 and theta value pi by 6. So root 3 plus I is equal to 2 into cos pi by 6 plus I sin pi by 6. But what is given here? Root 3 plus I the whole power n. So raising power n on both sides. Root 3 plus I power n is equal to 2 power n cos pi by 6 plus I sin pi by 6 power n. Again, one more concept. See here, first what concept we use here? Polar form. Then second concept, modulus of a complex number. Then third concept, argument and amplitude of a complex number. Next, De Moivre's theorem. What is De Moivre's theorem means? See here, power n now, cos theta plus I sin theta the whole power n. For any integer n, we have to write cos theta plus I sin theta the whole power n is equal to cos n theta plus I sin n theta. This is De Moivre's theorem. Cos theta plus I sin theta the whole power n can be written as cos n theta plus I sin n theta. We have to bring the power inside to the argument. Cos n theta plus I sin n theta. For any complex number in this form, cis theta form, cos theta plus I sin theta, the whole power n can be written as cos n theta plus I sin n theta. We have to bring this power near to the argument. This is De Moivre's theorem. Here we are going to apply De Moivre's theorem. Here power n we have to bring here. So cos n pi by 6 plus I sin n pi by 6. Next, we are going to find least value of n. How can we find it? We have to give value of n 1, 2, 3. What value of n we get real and what value of get imaginary. So in that step we have to stop this. Okay. So first n equal to 1. If we substitute n equal to 1 here, both the sides, root 3 plus I the whole power 1 is equal to 2 power 1 cos pi by 6 plus I sin pi by 6. Now trigonometric table. From the trigonometric table, just write cos pi by 6 value root 3 by 2 and sin pi by 6 value 1 by 2. So here if we substitute n equal to 1, we get some value, isn't it? So here there is no purely real part, there is no purely imaginary part. Next we have to know n equal to 2. Now you substitute n equal to 2 here. Root 3 plus I the whole square is equal to 2 square cos 2 pi by 6 plus I sin 2 pi by 6. Now we can cancel. Simplify this. 1 2 is 2, 3 2 are 6, 1 2 is 2, 3 2 are 6. Now we get cos pi by 3 plus I sin pi by 3. You have learned in 10th standard trigonometric table. Just you recall and write the value of cos pi by 3 and sin pi by 3. Cos pi by 3 value 1 by 2 and sin pi by 3 value root 3 by 2. This is for your reference. Okay. Next. See here also, when we substitute n equal to 2, the value of root 3 plus I the whole square is 4 into 1 by 2 plus I root 3 by 2. Here also we get some value or we get some complex number. Real part with the imaginary part. Here there is no real and purely real and purely imaginary. Next we move to n equal to 3. Now we substitute n equal to 3 both sides. So we get 2 cube cos 3 by 6 plus I sin 3 by 6. See, if you simplify this, 1 3 is 2, 2 3 are 6, so cos pi by 2 plus I sin pi by 2. 2 cube value 8, or you write 2 cube as it is no problem. Cos pi by 2 value 0 and sin pi by 2 value 1. So 1 into I, 0 plus I, so 8I. See, look at here. Here, only imaginary part, there is no real part, 0 plus 8I. So, what value of n we get imaginary part? When n equal to 3. So when n equal to 3, the real part is become 0. So root 3 plus I the whole cube is purely imaginary because here there is no real part. That's why we are telling this is purely imaginary. So root 3 plus I the whole cube is purely imaginary when n equal to 3. So this is the least value. Got it? Next. We move to n equal to 4. See, n equal to 4, root 3 plus I the whole power 4 equal to 2 power 4 cos 4 pi by 6 plus I sin 4 pi by 6. Now you simplify this. Cos 2 pi by 3 plus I sin 2 pi by 3. You know cos pi by 3 value, but you may not know cos 2 pi by 3. But in 11th standard you have learned using the formula. We can write this 2 pi by 3 is equal to pi minus pi by 3. Now if we simplify this, 3 pi minus pi, 2 pi by 3. So we can write. So cos of 180 minus theta, cos theta. So this becomes cos pi by 3. So now already here now cos pi by 3 plus pi sin pi by 3. This is also like that, sin pi by 3. So we get some value. So here there is no purely real and purely imaginary. So we have to know next number, n equal to 5. Now if you substitute n equal to 5, root 3 plus 5 the whole power 5 is equal to 2 power 5 cos 5 pi by 6 plus I sin 5 pi by 6. So here also you may not know the value 5 pi by 6. So shortly we written as this is using the concept pi minus theta. So pi minus pi by 6. See 6 pi minus pi, 5 pi by 6. So cos of pi minus theta, cos theta, that is cos pi by 6. Already you know the value now, cos pi by 6. And here we write sin pi minus pi by 6 means we get sin pi by 6. So we get some value. So here also there is no purely real and purely imaginary. So move to next number, n equal to 6. So root 3 plus I the whole power 6 equal to 2 power 6 cos n pi, that is 6 pi by 6 plus I sin 6 pi by 6. Now you simplify this. Cos pi plus I sin pi. Value of cos pi is minus 1 and sin pi is 0. This is general formula. Sin n pi equal to 0. If you write n equal to 1 means sin pi 0. N equal to 2 means sin 2 pi 0. Sin 3 pi. What value of n? If you substitute in this place, you will get 0. Okay. So here sin pi 0. Minus 1 plus 0 minus 1. 64. Minus 1 into 64 minus 64. So look at here. Here only real part. There is no imaginary part. That means when n equal to 6, the imaginary part becomes 0. So n equal to 6, root 3 plus I is purely real. Why it is purely real? Because there is no imaginary part. Imaginary part is 0 here. We get only real number. Therefore, when n equal to 6, this complex number becomes real. Therefore, the least value is 6. N equal to 6. That's all. See once again explain. One complex number is given. First you have write polar form. In that polar form you have to find r and theta using the formula r equal to root of x square plus y square. You find r. Then using the formula theta equal to tan inverse of y by x. You find theta. After finding r and theta you substitute here. Just you put any value 1, 8, 2, 3, 4, 6 until you get real and imaginary. That is the concept. Okay. Now 7th problem. 2 problem is given. Just based on this problem, you do this as homework. Thank you, students.